Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Discmania Tailor. And so the reason I'm actually making this video is because I feel like there are so many underrated discs on the market that don't get the value that they deserve. And I figured I'd make a series where I kind of highlight underrated or underappreciated discs in each manufacturer's lineup. And for Discmania, I kind of just picked the Tailor because I've heard very little about it. I've heard maybe a couple people say things about it, but for today, for Discmania, I'm going to be checking out the Discmania Tailor, as I said, and trying to see how it flies like and compare it to a couple discs. So let's get straight into the video. And if you guys think this is a good idea for a video series, make sure you like and subscribe, maybe even comment down below certain discs that you want me to review. But let's get straight into looking at what the Tailor looks like. So for those of you who don't know, the Tailor is a mid-range with the flight numbers of 4401. I would say that most people that are sponsored by Discmania, at least in the United States from what I know, are more throw MD3s, MD1s, and even more overstable mid-ranges. I feel like by guys like Gannon Burr and Cal Klein, Alden Harris, they use more overstable stuff. And maybe that has something to say about this mid-range. I haven't ever thrown it before, but I guess we'll see. Comparative to other discs, it kind of feels exactly like, feels similar to a rock, but it kind of has a different shoulder comparative to a rock, I think. The rim feels very similar though. There's kind of a tiny, no, not really a bead, but it's kind of just like a sharp little edge on the bottom of the rim. I'm assuming that's what gives it a little bit of stability. It's kind of like a micro bead, honestly. But comparative to a buzz, it's very similar, except my buzzes are typically a little bit flatter. You can get some slightly domier ESP buzzes, but I'm basically just going to be comparing these two. For this video, I'm probably just going to be throwing this Tailor in a field, comparing it to my buzz. But if you guys want me to continue this series and maybe throw out a course, feel free to comment that down below, and I'll gladly take it to a shorter course or any course so that you can kind of see how this flies on golf lines. But let's get into it. So yeah, first throw with the Tailor. Gonna try to put it out there 70-ish% flat, see how it reacts, and go from there. Ooh, butter. Wow. Surprisingly, I thought that thing was going to turn over a lot more based on how I threw it, but kind of slowly panned back, which is really similar to this buzz flight, as I'll show you here. Where throw it straight, pans, face at the end. I think that had to have been a carbon copy of a throw, but let's just check the distance. Also, if I'm being honest, I find it hard to find buzzes that are a little bit more stable. That's kind of what I'm looking for, but still have that pushing flight. I'm a little picky with that because I don't like throwing hyzer flips really too much. All right, this buzz, I threw it about 298 feet, and this Tailor pushed actually a lot further than I thought. I might have thrown it a little harder at 320 feet. So based on how this flies max distance, I might be switching to the Tailor. So let's put this disc on a little bit more power, try to throw it flat out there and see how it reacts to 85 to 95% on it. So let's see. All right, let's put one out there right at that tree. Let's put a little bit of power on this guy, see how far it flies. Put way more power on it. And now it wants to fade. I probably put a little bit of Annie on the first one. Wow. I kind of went a little bit further than I expected. Seems like those Tailors kind of bomb, but let's try it with the buzz now. This one should go on a similar line. Honestly, I tried to throw it a little bit of hyzer. So threw that one a little bit hyzer, flipped up straight, and fades at the end. So based on that, I can just tell the Tailor is flying way further. Even though it was more stable at the end of its flight, definitely goes a little bit further. So it has a little bit more glide, it seems like, but let's check the distances. Okay, here's my buzz, 320 feet. So it went the same distance as the Tailor on the first shot. And then look at the Tailor over here. I'm not sure if I'm just throwing the Tailor harder, but this is bombed. 355 feet. I threw it on a little hyzer. So now, if I'm being honest, I cannot believe how much further this thing flies compared to my buzz. I felt like on the last throw, like I said, I put similar angle, very similar power, similar height on the disc, and this Tailor just flew 40 feet further, or 30-ish feet further. So overall, wow. All I can say is wow. This disc is basically just flies the same thing as a buzz, but then flies 30 feet further. And I'm honestly a little confused now. It's just like this one has a little bit of dome to it, so it might help it glide a little bit more, but it's not much. So yeah, you can look at it again. I mean, it has a little bit of dome to it, so might help it give it that push or that lift in the air, but I'd say they feel pretty identical in the hand. Wow. I just cannot believe how much further flying this Tailor is. And this goes to show that, man, like, you can never try enough discs. I mean, and this is coming from a guy that loves the buzz. I mean, ever since I think I first started throwing hexes, and I didn't like how glidey they were because they would turn over just a little bit, but then I fell in love with the buzz. I've gotten a couple aces with the buzz. I mean, I just love it. It's like, you basically just hold your line perfectly, and then has a little bit of fade at the end, especially with this one. But this Tailor, honestly, I'm gonna have to give it a chance in the bag, see how it performs on the course, because it just flies further and does the same thing. So it kind of seems like if you want the hex distance, like the added distance of a hex over a buzz, but then have the same flight of a buzz where it's a little bit more stable, throw a Tailor. And yeah, that basically concludes my review of the disc. I recently actually just got a bunch of these in stock. I think I have like 10 or 11 of these pink ones in stock. So if you're interested in getting a Tailor, you want a buzz that flies further, check one out on my site. I'll have one linked down below. But if you guys have any questions or something I didn't really talk about in the video much, make sure to comment down below. I'll answer it, and I'll try to answer it as quickly as possible. But that basically concludes my first episode of trying underrated / underappreciated discs. And yeah, I'm hoping to continue this series fairly soon. If you guys want me to check out a particular manufacturer, make sure you comment down below. But besides that, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.